Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Oh, thank you, guys. Jeez, that was serious. I feel like I was about to be grilled.
Yeah, no, let's get straight into the bits and pieces. Weekend results, 2 teams kicked out.
Yeah, that's
Is it
how it
Mad
works.
Monday already today for them, or
Yeah,
how's
will
that
be.
work?
Yeah, they move on pretty quickly these days. So St
fabulous.
Kilda, they're done. Sydney, they're done. The 2 teams that go out of the AFL finals, there was 9 games. Now there's only, 5 games to go in the whole season. It always freaks me out at this time of year where I'm like, there's only 5 games of footy left.
Thank God.
I know, I was just going to say, don't lie off there. You've been going, can't wait for this to wrap
Nah,
up. Jeez,
there's 2 really good games of footy this weekend. There was the Thursday night game, which was fantastic. Collingwood and Melbourne, probably the
It was
2.
a dour game, though.
It was down, but
a
close.
tough watch.
Sorry, close.
Yeah.
If you tune in the last quarter, you're like, hey, this could go the way. And then Friday night was the same. Saturday night, not so much. And Saturday during the day was half decent. But just getting into GWS, fantastic performance. These guys are... Don't write them off this weekend. They're playing Port Adelaide on Saturday
Don't write
night
them off.
at Adelaide Oval.
My boy Tommy's on fire.
Your boy Tommy, your son.
Your son, yeah.
Your son is on fire. He's dominating. He's earning big bucks for the family. It'll trickle down to you at some point, I'm sure. Put you in a nice nursing home later on. And then on Friday night is Melbourne versus Carlton. If you don't reckon it's going to be 94,000 at that game, far out. It's massive, massive. The Blue Baggers are up and about.
Yeah, exciting times. And now the tribunal as well. That's been busy.
Well, that'll be the talking point all week. So Braden Maynard, which we discussed on Friday morning, we went through it. And unfortunately, as I said, I think if you're grading it, it doesn't look great.
Well, didn't he originally not want to grade it? And the AFL said, no, you have to grade it. He was just going to, whoever's
the
in charge,
MRO, Michael Christian?
He was just going to flick it off to the tribunal.
Yeah, you got to grade it.
Mate, you got to grade
You
it.
have to grade it first.
What's the? I mean, what were his options though? Like, just looking, I'm just like, what else could you do?
Well, that's a good point. What are his options? But when you look at how they grade stuff, if it's intentional or careless, so that falls in the careless side of things. Now,
Like, I didn't
no one's
mean
saying it was
to,
intentional that he
but,
jumped in the air to knock him out, but it's careless because you don't think about all the potential consequences. It's a duty of care thing as well. You're not just there to look after yourself. You actually have to think of the other players. So he's put himself in an awkward position. Everything has possibly could have gone wrong has gone wrong for him. I think he's going to get 3 games.
He
I
went
can't
around
see
to
how he
Gussie's
does
on the weekend with a bottle of wine, apparently.
Yeah, they played junior footy together, as we
Hampton
said.
Rovers, I think it is.
I'm really flat for him because at this time of year, you just want to see the best players out there, and Collingwood are a better side with Brayden Maynard in it. The other one is Jack Martin, West Aussie. I don't know what he was thinking. He just punched Nick Blakey in the face.
Almost Blakey's jaw fell out of his mouth.
It was really dumb, and he's been super important for Carlton.
That last 5 minutes, he was the most important
He was
person
massive.
on the ground.
Intercept marks. He was so good. So that's really flattening. They're going to take that to tribunal and try to get it downgraded from 2 games, potentially to 1, if they can sort of work a way to change the grading. But
which is disappointing because he's had a lot of hype around him, Jack Martin,
he has,
for a long period, and he's been injured.
And he's finally sort of delivering.
The last little bit he's been playing
it's
okay.
flattening. And Zak Butter's got a fine for $6,000.
I'm sure I read 6,000. Did you double check that?
Yeah, that's right. 6,000 is right. No. It's massive. Big fine for Zachy Butters. I reckon that's the MRO's way of saying we should have given you a suspension here, but because it's a final, we'll keep you around.
I think this happened in a game at West Coast. Luke Shuey was fighting someone on the ground, and Scott Selwood ran past and said, I can't help you. My fine will be too big. Something like that. So Butters must have had about 5 goes at it to be at $6,000. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. I'm hosting the Doig Medal tomorrow night.
That's
Dockers
fancy.
Club Champion Award. I'll be wearing a purple tie.
I was going to say, what do you slip on? Is it black tie? What happens?
Nah, I'll go purple tie for this one. The Eagles do like the black bow tie. You have to wear the bow tie.
Right.
And you learn that lesson when you rock up as a young journo and you turn up in a regular tie. And
you got Daffy Duck on it
they
or something
give you
like
a bow tie.
Do they?
They got the backups.
Is it a tied one or is it just the
old
old
those
hook?
those ones are the dodgy ones.
Yeah, the old hook ones.
You pull them out. But the Dockers, I'll be wearing a purple tie.
Are you
Very
Freo's
nice.
man now?
No, I'm not anyone's man. They asked
He's
me
a
to host an event,
journalist,
and I'll host an
Xavier.
event. That's
All
it. I'm unbiased and unaligned.
No, I'm not saying you're biased, but you're their man that does the functions.
Well, I'm
and stuff,
hosting. Yeah, I've hosted a few of their events this year, but you know,
For example, we used to have like Stephen Quartermain in Melbourne, who was a Hawthorn supporter and stuff.
right?
So
he used to do all sorts of it.
And he was the sports
Not a
journo,
Freo
of
man,
course.
just a someone who hosts events every
Just
now
a
and then.
guy who knows his
Any
way
other
around a
football clubs who'd like me to host anything, I'm here.
Open for any invoice available.
Exactly.
Cash
now,
preferred.
I can't, because I'm hosting the event, I'm going to stay out of predictions. I know I nailed the West Coast Eagles one, and you still haven't given me that carton of beer.
I haven't. No, I'm
just
going down
mentioning
this
it.
week.
Just
I'll
going to
go down
mention
this
it.
week.
But here's your chance to give me the top 5. Go. I
Having
want to know.
said that, it took you 6 months to pay your box of beer to me last year.
Well,
So-
yeah, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I did pay it though, didn't I?
6 months.
I don't think I
That's a
gave
long
you an
time.
extra one, did I?
I think he
Half a
still
year.
thinks Adam Chera's going to play for free.
All right, give me.
wasn't he? Wrong
I don't
there.
want suspense. So give me from 5
5 to 1.
to 1.
Build it
Okay,
up.
well, I'll give you more suspense. We'll give special mentions at the end.
Here we
Coming in at 5th, a young man who moved to the midfield, half backer, kicks it beautifully. Hayden Young coming in at 5.
All right.
Number 4, last year's 2022 AFL MVP, Andy Brayshaw in at 4.
Okay, he won it last year.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, still top 4's a good effort.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Now, I've tossed the boss here. I don't know which order to put these in, but I'm going to go the new recruit from the Melbourne Football Club, Luke Jackson, in at number 3.
Okay, yeah, a unicorn.
Number 2, Luke Ryan, just through consistency. I think maybe Jackson had more highs, but I think Luke Ryan had more consistency.
Jeez, I don't know who's going to win now.
Um,
Suspense is killing me.
Giant Miss comes in at 1.
Wow. So you've bumped Caleb Sarong out of the top
Sarong
5.
by an absolute mile.
Okay, so you've got
Sarong,
Triple
Ryan,
M's own
Jackson,
Caleb Sarong.
yeah.
Okay,
God bless.
so that's your top 5. We will revisit that. and
Special
see how you
mentions to Cox, but he missed 3 games. Darcy missed 8 games, and a miss good second year.
went. Okay.
But he's special mention.
All right. So what we'll do is I've written those 3 down as well. So if that's the top 8, then you've done really well.
Correct.
Just so I
Okay.
can keep
Now,
track
if
of
you
this.
know-
and
No,
I'm betting.
they're just special mentions, those 2. Not that they,
Okay.
if they played more games, they would have been.
Right.
higher.
If you nail the top 5, the carton is square. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Oh,
we
there
go.
you go.
Okay.
That's
Good.
what a gentleman's
I know.
agreement there. Yes.
A lot of events in Perth with footy. Tonight's the Sandover Medal,
Yeah.
big event, night of nights for the
You're hosting
WA
that?
Football League. I'm not hosting that one. I'm not hosting that one.
They don't pay enough.
Yeah.
They reached out.
I put a number and they couldn't match it. Hamish Brayshaw, I reckon, is going to go really close.
I hope Hammer wins it.
I
Yes.
think he's had a really good year for East Perth. So is Mitchie Croden, former Docker. Those 2 might take votes each other. That's the only issue they'll have. And Jai Bolton could win it for a 3rd time, which would put him in rare air. Only a few players have done that. So Sandover tonight, Doig tomorrow night.